Good afternoon, good evening, folks. Today is Monday, October 28th, 2024, and we are discussing the possibility of tropical cyclone development in the southwestern Caribbean Sea that could bring impacts to Florida and the Caribbean islands sometime later next week or early next week. So we have had National Hurricane Center highlight a 40% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. As you can see here, it says a broad area of low pressure is likely to develop over the southwestern Caribbean Sea in a few days. Gradual development is possible thereafter, and a tropical depression could form late this week or over the weekend while this system begins to drift northward or northeastward towards the central Caribbean Sea, which would bring impacts to the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and Jamaica, possibly even Puerto Rico. So here is our latest GFS run. It has been pretty consistent with this northeastern move and then possibly even curving a little bit. So you can see in previous runs we have had the GFS generally in this shaded area right here. Something like this has been most runs. Very weird curvature just because of a high pressure system. But this would bring GFS's thinking impacts would be in this general circled area, possibly even to Bermuda actually. Bahamas would be affected, and there would be large waves that would impact much of the southeast and eastern United States. However, the European model is thinking differently and actually takes this low pressure system into the western Caribbean Sea and possibly even central/eastern Gulf of Mexico earlier next week into late this week into early next week. And same thing with the icon, it's moving it northwest. Well, not really, but it's kind of taking this north-northwest movement at the end of its run. NavJam does something pretty similar, impacting Jamaica at a tropical storm on November 4th, which is in about 6 days. And here is our GEFS ensemble members. Very similar to what I previously discussed. It's very broad. We're not sure where the system is going to go, but general consensus is somewhere around Cuba/Jamaica/Haiti is where the system would probably track if it did develop. But we do have some outlier models impacting Florida, and I would assume as far east as Puerto Rico, and possibly, I guess, even Central America. And here is our European ensemble members, which an extremely high majority of them do take it into the Gulf of Mexico, as you can see highlighted here. But tropical development does seem to be pretty limited, with just most models saying it's either going to be an extremely weak system or it's not going to develop at all. Either way, the southeast is going to be pretty dry, as you can see here, with our total accumulated precipitation over the next 2 weeks, two and a half weeks. As you can see, Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, and Florida do stay pretty dry, while other states do get some rain over the next few weeks. But it's going to stay pretty dry over our general area for the next few days. And you can see this further highlighted in the 5-day precipitation map and the 7-day precipitation map. So you can see large portions of the central USA are expected to get a decent amount of rainfall, with a severe system that is expected to impact them. And I think this is Wednesday. Yeah. Just to make sure, yeah. This would be Wednesday, and we do have a slight risk issued for day 3 convective outlook, indicating a severe risk over eastern Oklahoma, Kansas, oh gosh, I'm getting confused. This is really embarrassing. Arkansas, Iowa, Nebraska. What is this state? Missouri. Right, sorry about that. But we do have a chance of severe weather over the next few days, and that will bring a chance of flooding possibly across the central USA as well. And you can see here I am using the NAM3K, so it's a very unreliable model, but it does show a decent squall line moving across the general consensus of severe weather located like the severe weather consensus where it's supposed to be. We do have a line of severe storms moving through Iowa, through Missouri, all the way down to Oklahoma and Kansas, and using significant tornado parameter, which is just indicating basically just in simple just the chance of a tornado occurring. We do have some higher local spots across the southern quadrant of the squall line, indicating up to about 2.5, which is decent, or maybe 3.5, I'm not sure. But we do have a decent hodograph, some decent cape, decent sig, STP, and some actually really nice storm relative helicity and shear with this system is what the NAM3K is predicting. But NAM3K is very unreliable at times, so let's take a quick look at the GFS. Similar thing, about a 2. So there is definitely going to be a tornado risk, as you can see here. Locally strong severe thunderstorms capable of producing severe wind gusts, large hail are expected to develop Wednesday from the southern plains northeastward to the middle Mississippi Valley and upper Midwest. I do expect there to be probably, by tomorrow, we'll probably have a 2 or a 5% chance of tornadoes, probably on this southern quadrant. Somewhere in that area, probably like this. I don't know, this is just a little prediction, but it's going to be probably a 5% tornado risk around that area I have shaded, with the threat of large hail and damaging winds. But that's it for this video. I will be continuing to monitor the system in the Caribbean Sea that could bring impacts to the Caribbean islands and possibly even Florida. Enjoy the rest of your evening, y'all.